Magandang umaga po sa inyo lahat. Today is the parable of the Pharisee and tax collector. Both of them prayed, and the humble prayer of the tax collector was the one heard by the Lord, as opposed to the prayer of the Pharisee. Yung prayer ng Pharisee ay ganito: "O God, I thank you that I am not like the rest of humanity, greedy, dishonest, adulterous, or even like this tax collector. I fast twice a week and I pay tithes on my whole income." O Diyos, nagpapasalamat ako sa iyo sapagkat hindi ako katulad ng iba, mga magnanakaw, mandaraya, mga ngalunya, o kaya katulad ng publikanong ito. Tinuro yung tax collector na kasama niya na nanalangin sa templo. Makalawa ako nag-aayuno sa loob ng 1 linggo. Nagbibigay ako ng ikapo ng lahat kong kinikita. Napakayabang ng panalangin ng Pariseyo. Actually, ang ganitong prayer na may pagyayabang ay prayer ng mga rabbis at that time. There are several examples. I will just cite one example. Ito yung dinadasal ng mga rabbi na pupunta sa kanilang study, at bago sila mag-umpisa o sa pagtatapos ng kanilang study, isa ito sa mga dinadasal nila. Ancient prayer for men to say 3 praises every day. Sabi ng prayer, "Praise be the Lord that He did not make me a pagan, for all the pagans are as nothing before Him." Salamat sa Diyos, hindi niya akong ginawang pagano, sapagkat yung mga pagano ay walang kwenta sa Panginoon. Praised be He that He did not make me a woman. Mawalang galang na sa mga kababaihan. No? Praised be He that He did not make me a woman, for a woman is not under obligation to fulfill the law. Pasalamat ako sa iyo, Diyos, sapagkat ginawa mo akong lalaki, sapagkat ang mga babae, hindi naman kailangang mag-aral yan sa batas. No? Yan yung mentality at that time. So, tinan yung panalangin, itataas ang sarili at ibababa ang iba. Itataas ang pagkalalaki at ibababa ang inyong pagkababae. Madre. Tapos ito pa, "Praised be He that He did not make me an uneducated man, for the uneducated man is not cautious to avoid sins." Salamat sa iyo, Panginoon ko, sapagkat ginawa mo ako edukado. Sapagkat yung mga hindi edukado, sila yung malapit sa kasalanan. Hindi totoo yan. May mga edukadong nasa Kongreso at Senado na malapit sa korupsyon, sa kasalanan. Pero ito example ng prayer ng mga rabbis at that time na may kayabangan. Itinataas ang sarili at ibinababa ang iba, at pagkatapos magbibigay papuri sa Diyos. Salamat po, Lord, ang galing-galing ko. Ito mga parishioners kong ito hindi magagaling. Praise be the Lord. Ganyan ang panalangin. Kaya hindi ka magugulat kung bakit ganito yung example ni Jesus, sapagkat merong ganong mga panalangin yung mga rabbis at that time. Anyway, the Pharisees' prayer is so full of himself. He has an I, me, mine mentality. The first personal pronoun I is mentioned 5 times in just 2 verses in this gospel passage. So yung Pariseo, he is suffering from 2 problems, inflation and deflation. Alam niyo kung bakit? He has an inflated understanding of himself, and he has a deflated view of who God is. Inflation and deflation. Last week in the gospel, Jesus emphasized persistence in prayer in the parable of the persistent widow. Today, he emphasizes humility in our prayer and in our relationship with God. Humility, by the way, is everywhere in the Bible. God favors the lowly and lifts them up. In the Gospel of St. Luke 1:52, it says there, "He has brought down the mighty from their thrones and lifted up the lowly." In the Gospel of Matthew, it says, "Whoever exalts himself will be humbled, and whoever humbles himself will be exalted." And Jesus is the perfect example of humility because He has left His heavenly home to be here in this world, embracing our human nature. Sabi nga ng letter of St. Paul to the Philippians, though He was in the nature of God, He did not consider equality with God something to be used to His own advantage. But He emptied Himself by taking the form of a servant, being born in the likeness of men. Yan yung sabi ni St. Paul. Ganun daw ang humility ni Jesus. Diyos na siya, pero iniwan ang kanyang pagka-Diyos at naging taong katulad natin. Sabi nga ni Bishop Bacani, parang ganito yan. Tao ka na, at pagkatapos, iiwanan mo ang iyong pagkatao at sasama ka sa mga baboy. Ha? Ganon daw yung pagpapakababa ni Jesus. Diyos na eh. Pero nagdesisyon na manirahan, kapiling natin, gaya nating mga tao. That is humility. And this is the lesson of today's parable. We need to be humble in our prayer and worship. The Pharisees in the gospel was actually a good man. He was not greedy. He was not dishonest. He was not adulterous. Hindi siya involved sa flood control corruption. Hindi siya napangalanan. No? He gave his tithes and fasted regularly. He was committed to a life of regular prayer and obedience to God's law. His big mistake was his lack of humility. He did not pray actually. He just boasted before God of his many accomplishments and of how good he was. He even judged and despised others. Although he was a good man, his lack of humility brought him away from God. The way to true holiness is humility. All the saints are humble persons. They do not boast about themselves and their achievements, but only boast about God and His goodness. Nung kasagsagan ng pandemya, hindi ba nakakatakot na panahon yon, ano? Inabot ako ng pandemya sa akin dating parokya, sa Christ the King Parish, Green Meadows. At di ba, yung sarado lahat, lockdown, yung first time namin maranasan na mag-live stream mass kami, walang tao sa harapan ng simbahan. Pag sinabi namin, the Lord be with you, kami na rin ang the Lord be with you sa amin. Tatlo kaming pari noon, lahat kami singers, kaya kami na rin yung choir. No? Si Father Jojo Gatdulan na na-assign dito sa cathedral is a singer. No? At si Father Ricky na isa pang kasama ko, legit na soloista. Ako yung nagsa-second voice. Kaya pag ako nagmisa, yung dalawa nandyan, nagka-choir kami, sabay-sabay kayo nagka-choir. Kami na rin ang lector at commentator. Pero matindi yung pakiramdam noon. Desperation and hopelessness were pervading the country and the world at that time. Pero ako hoy, namove talaga ako when I noticed random frontliners stopped by our closed gates early in the morning. Kasi ang Christ the King po ay may bakod yan, no? Dahil pandemic, no social contact, sinara namin ang gate. Pero pag maglalakad ako, magwo-walking ako dun sa grounds ng Christ the King, mga 5:30, 6 a.m., may makikita ko mga frontliners nandun sa rehas ng gate, nakahawak. Doktor, nurses, papunta sa ospital, o kaya kagagaling lang na sa pagsiserve, nandun nakahawak, o kaya mantataho, o kaya magbebenta ng gulay doon sa parking lot namin, o kaya yung mga iba-iba, mga pulis, no? Nandun, at nagdarasal sila. Kahit malayo yung simbahan, kasi nandun sila sa gate, pero nandun sila. Hindi malalaking tao sa lipunan, pero they stand by our closed and shuttered gates, head bowed and pray fervently even for just a few minutes. To me, it was a powerful and painful image when you see these simple folk separated from their place of worship, separated from CTK Church, from Christ the King Church, yet nandun pa rin ang kanilang confident humility to ask for mercy, to ask for help from the Lord in the eye of a crisis. Those scenes made me emotional, but those scenes also gave me hope that the prayer of the humble will always be heard in God's perfect time. And by His grace, wala na tayo sa pandemic, things are much better now. Ang tanong natin, how do you pray? May we not pray like the conceited prayer of the Pharisee. May the prayer of the tax collector be always our prayer. Ano yun? Humble, simple, and sincere. O God, be merciful to me, a sinner. Siguradong maririnig ng Diyos ang dasal ng isang taong nagpapakumbaba. Amen.